Joining me now to react, Texas Governor Greg Abbott. So, Governor, my assessment is that President Biden is trying to turn your state, Texas, blue, and he's trying to reward big donors with this flow of cheap labor. What can you and Texans do to reduce this intrusion?
What we can do is what we have already begun to do. I launched Operation Lone Star, where we are deploying 1,000 Texas Department of Public Safety officers as well as 1,000 National Guard to the border. And let me explain why. The reason is because it's cartels who are involved in bringing people across the border. The cartels surge the border and occupy all of the Border Patrol. When the Border Patrol are occupied, that leaves gaps open where the cartels are able to bring in more high valuable people they're trying to get across the border, including those terrorists that you've heard about, but also bring across fentanyl and other opioids and other high value drugs, as well as the other things that the cartels want to smuggle across the border. So what Texas is doing, we are filling the gaps that are left open by the Border Patrol having to spend all the time on the people that they are encountering. And it's going to be the Texas Department of Public Safety making apprehensions of the people coming across the border. But, Jesse, I got to tell you this, because this plane that the Biden administration has been building while they were taking off, it just crashed. There are 3 detention centers in the state of Texas. One is in Carrizo Springs, which is in South Texas. Another is just outside of Midland. The third one is in Dallas. In Carrizo Springs, we learned there is an outbreak of COVID in that location. In the location in just outside of Midland, Texas, we learned 2 things. One is there is no available clean running water at that Midland camp. A report by the Associated Press showed that about 10% of the kids at that location tested positive for COVID, and we're trying to get updates on the positivity rate of the kids in Dallas. Here's my point. Open border policies are always catastrophic and challenging for the United States. To have these open border policies at a time during a pandemic is a total disaster, not just for Texas, but for the entire country.
I agree, and it seems like you and Texas are doing everything you can as a state to make sure that the border is secure, because you're not in charge of the border. The feds are in charge of the border, and what's happening now is a disgrace. So I wish you and your citizens good luck on that battle, because it looks like it's just getting started. Governor Abbott, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jesse.